Hey guys and girls, hope you guys are having a great week. So I'm back today and I wanted to talk a little bit about the video game awards that happened last week. I didn't get to see it live for many reasons, primarily to do with time zones and also because I was so busy working on my Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain review, which just took me absolutely ages to do because I write a script and edit and footage and everything else. But anyway, now that that's done and out of the way, I finally was able to watch the awards. I watched it on YouTube, good old trusty YouTube, and so I wanted to really just give my thoughts on the awards generally, the games that won it, some of the world premiere reveals, trailers, and a few things that happened during it. Now, as you can see in the background here, there's some gameplay from the new Uncharted 4 multiplayer beta, which I have been playing for the last couple of days. Now, I will be doing a separate video giving you guys my thoughts on the game, on the gameplay, but this is just a little bit of footage in the background for you guys to enjoy, so please enjoy. Alright, so let's get straight to it then, the video game awards. So I thought the video game awards this year were pretty good. I thought last year's was better generally, but you know, they were pretty smooth. I'm going to go through all the main categories and talk about the nominees and the winners and my thoughts on that. So the very first category that was announced was the best family game, and really not surprisingly, you know, Nintendo won this. It was pretty obvious that Nintendo, as a family company, are always going to win that kind of category, but I was surprised that Super Mario Maker won it. I don't really see how that is a family-based game because it's not really cooperative. But anyway, I suppose you can make levels for your family and you can play them together, so it could be quite enjoyable. But yeah, Mario Maker basically won the best family game. The next category that they introduced was the best multiplayer game. Now, this really surprised me, who won this. So the winner of the best multiplayer game for 2015 was actually Splatoon. Now, I was very surprised because there was a lot of, you know, very good nominees. You know, Black Ops 3, which is very good, really fun. I do own that game. Rocket League, which has been just a phenomenal, well, phenomenon basically this year. Destiny, Splatoon, and obviously Halo 5 Guardians. Now, I was actually expecting Halo 5 Guardians to win. I haven't played it, but I have seen some gameplay of the Halo 5 Guardians multiplayer, and it looks good. It looks really fun. I'm hoping to get an Xbox One in the new year. And obviously I definitely will be buying that game and playing that and, you know, talking about that here on my channel. But, you know, the winner was Splatoon, and I will say, you know, Splatoon's a worthy winner. It is a good game. It's a fun multiplayer game. You know, it's finally Nintendo doing something new, something original. I think perhaps one of the reasons that Splatoon won is they have had a lot of really good events. You know, they've had the Splatfests, which kick off, you know, at least once a month, and they're really fun. You know, two different themed teams. There's been lots of expansions, free DLC, free weapons, new maps, and everything's completely 100% free. So they really have grown and expanded on the original game that came out on release date. Now, Dante and I have both played Splatoon together. We love it. It's really fun multiplayer, and it is heaps of fun. And it's nice because it does encourage teamwork. You know, the objective is not to kill everybody on the opposite team. It's to cover the ground. It's, you know, it's territorial, covering the area in ink. I like that. So yeah, I was kind of happy that Splatoon actually won. Now, the best narrative, there are a number of really good nominees for this year. Her Story, which I've never heard of, Tales of the Borderlands, Life is Strange, The Witcher 3, and Until Dawn. Now, for me, I thought The Witcher 3 should have won. However, the winner of the best narrative was Her Story. Now, I'll be honest, I can't really judge that because I haven't played that game. So I'd never even heard of that game until, you know, the awards. So, yeah, I don't know whether any of you guys have played it, but let me know if you have. I might check it out to see. I know it is an indie game, so I might check it out and see how much it is and maybe have a crack at it, because I am really curious in it now, given the fact that it did win so many awards. The best indie game was a deserved winner. It was Rocket League, who also won the best sports racing game as well. Worthy winners. There were a lot of, you know, really good indie game nominees this year, especially, you know, Ori and the Blind Forest, which I thought was you know, looks beautiful. Can't wait to play that game. But yeah, the Rocket League, I can totally see why that won. It's heaps of fun. Dante absolutely loves it. He loves that game. Yeah, it's just tons of fun to play it with your friends. Now, the Developer of the Year is one of the big awards for me, and the winner of this, deservedly so, is CD Projekt Red. I would have been extremely surprised if they hadn't won this. Now, I think they did have a lot of competition from Bethesda because of Fallout 4. But CD Projekt Red deservedly won this achievement and this award. They've been absolutely phenomenal, CD Projekt Red, not only in releasing, you know, The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt, which is, you know, unquestionably the best RPG of this year. And it did win, you know, the best RPG video game award. But also their whole business plan around The Witcher 3 has been fantastic. There's been absolutely tons of free DLC that's been coming out regularly, and they have had, you know, a paid story-based DLC pack called The Heart of Stone, but it's fabulous. It's a brilliant DLC, well worth the money. It's not overpriced. They didn't do any of this bullshit season pass that we've had with games like Star Wars Battlefront, for example, which is like £40 for the season pass. There's been none of that bullshitness with CD Projekt Red. They make games for the gamer, and they don't, you know, they don't have any bullshit tactics, basically. So I think CD Projekt Red have had a phenomenal year and deservedly should win the Developer of the Year for me. The Best Art Direction Award. Now, there was a number of very good nominees for that. You know, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Witcher 3, Ori and the Blind Forest, Bloodborne, and Batman Arkham Knight. And for me, surprisingly, you know, the indie games this year did very well in the awards. And the winner of the Best Art Direction was actually Ori and the Blind Forest. Now, you know, I can see why that would be. The game, I haven't played it, but it looks visually stunning. The level design looks incredible, so beautiful. So I can see why this would have won Best Art Direction. But yeah, this year's been a really good year for indie developers, so that's absolutely fantastic to see. The Best Action Adventure Game. Now, there's a number of, you know, very good contenders for that, including The Rise of the Tomb Raider and obviously Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Now, the winner of the Best Action Adventure Game was Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Again, a deserved winner, but I will say that I was surprised that The Rise of the Tomb Raider did not win any awards, and I was incredibly surprised that it didn't win the Best Action Adventure Game. Now, I haven't played it, obviously because I don't have an Xbox One, but if it's anything like the original Tomb Raider that came out, you know, back in 2012, was it? It should be right up there. I don't know whether you guys have played it, but I was very surprised that it didn't get more awards. But I can see obviously why Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain did win. It's a beautiful game, brilliant gameplay. The world is huge, so I could see why that would win. Interestingly as well, Kiefer Sutherland was actually at the awards to accept the Best Action Adventure Game award there. He was cool, you know, he was really great. He seemed a bit out of his element, to be honest, and didn't really know what was going on because he's only very recently got into the video game scene, so obviously he's not really clued up on things, but you know, he seemed kind of humble and he seemed, you know, pretty stoked to be there, which was really cool to see. Mark Hamill was there as well, which was really cool. And I love him, so you know, he's one of my favorite voice actors, especially for Joker. But yeah, so it was really cool. The most interesting thing though was the announcement that Hideo Kojima had actually intended to go to the Video Game Awards and was not able to go because of Konami. Basically had banned him from attending the Video Game Award and accepting that award. They pulled out their lawyer basically and quoted some legal contract bullshit as a previous employee of Konami, and I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. I think Konami this year have just lost the plot. They've just shown themselves to be really petty, really nasty, just I don't know why anybody would want to do business with them, to be honest. And I know they are going out of AAA games and they're going into, you know, focusing on pachinko machines and all that kind of thing. But honestly, if I was, you know, any businessman out there, I would not want to work with Konami because they're just very petty, very childish, and deservedly they received boos across the crowd, which is well deserved because Konami have just been absolutely awful. If we are going to talk about the worst company of this year, I think they're going to beat EA hands down. It's got to be Konami for the worst company of 2015, absolutely. Well, obviously the biggest award that was announced was the Game of the Year, and this is the one that everybody is interested in. Now, there have been some phenomenal games in 2015, absolutely, and the nominees in this were all deserved winners, to be honest. The Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt was nominee, Bloodborne, Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, Fallout 4, Super Mario Maker. But for me, I was so psyched and so happy when The Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt won the best video game of the year, which is fantastic and well deserved. So I was very, very, very happy with the choices that were made. The awards were all generally pretty good. I'm surprised that the Rise of the Tomb Raider didn't win as many games. I'm surprised Fallout 4 didn't win anything. But hey, you know, the awards that were made were fair. They seem fair and they seem pretty good. Now, obviously, I will definitely be bringing you guys my top 5 games at the end of the year. I usually do that at the beginning of January, in that sort of Christmas New Year period, where I'll be telling you guys what my top 5 games were for this year. I'm also going to be talking about the games that I played this year that were disappointing, that I was disappointed in, and the games next year that I'm super psyched about. So please look forward to that in the upcoming year. There were some new trailers that were shown with Uncharted 4. A new character was revealed, new sort of female British character. She looked pretty kick-ass and, you know, perhaps a villain, I don't know, or somebody that's going to help Nathan Drake, who knows. They showed more about Far Cry Primal. It looks interesting. It's coming out at the beginning of next year, but I was really disappointed with Far Cry 4. I didn't think it was as good as Far Cry 3. It's an interesting setting with it being in the Stone Age, but I'm not going to be buying that on day one release. I'm probably going to wait to see. The primary games, the 2 games that were announced that have got me psyched is Quantum Break, which I am going to be getting next year when I get my Xbox One. That is one of the games that I really am wanting to get for it. It is one of those original IPs that I'm super psyched about. And Telltale Games also announced a new Batman series for the Telltale Games. So that's going to be really interesting because I'm a big fan of the Telltale series. I've played season 1 of The Walking Dead. I haven't played season 2 yet. They did announce that there's going to be a Michonne-focused 3-episode DLC or download or something like that. I have played a bit of the Game of Thrones Telltale game and really enjoyed it. Haven't played the Borderlands one yet, Tales of Borderlands, simply because I've not yet beaten Borderlands 2. We're right there at the end. I'm playing it cooperatively at the moment with Edge and Dante, but I want to finish that before playing the Telltale game because I don't want to be spoilt for the story. But yeah, so I'm a big fan of Telltale Games, so I'm excited about the whole prospect of Batman, a Batman-themed Telltale game. It should be pretty epic. But yeah, I thought it was a very good, you know, video game awards. I enjoyed it. Some of the nominees were deserved. Some of the winners were deserved, and it was really, really interesting. But yeah, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Let me know what you guys would have picked. What would have been your winners for each of those categories there. I'll put the categories in the comment section below, and you let me know what you would have chosen as your winner out of the nominees, or even if there was somebody that wasn't nominated this year that you think should have been nominated. Let me know down in the comment section below. I'll be back later, guys and girls, with more video game news, reviews, and all that good stuff. And of course, yes, I will be back back at the end of the year to let you know my top 5 games, most disappointed games, and the games I can't wait for next year. 2015 has been a phenomenal year this year for games, and I'm psyched about 2016. I don't see how 2016 can top this year for me, but hey, please prove me wrong, developers, please do. All right, well, take care, guys and girls, and as always, happy gaming. Yeah. Hey guys and girls, hope you guys are having a great week. So I'm back today and I wanted to talk a little bit about the video game awards that happened last week. I didn't get to see it live for many reasons, primarily to do with time zones and also because I was so busy working on my Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain review and the winners and my thoughts on that. So the very first category that was announced was the best family game, and really not surprisingly, Nintendo won this. It was pretty obvious that Nintendo, as a family company, are always going to win that kind of category, but I was surprised that Super Mario Maker won it. I don't really see how that is a family-based game because it's not really cooperative. But anyway, I suppose you can make levels for your family and you can play them together. So, which just took me absolutely ages to do because I write a script and edit and footage and everything else. But anyway, now that that's done and out of the way, I finally was able to watch the awards. I watched it on YouTube, good old trusty YouTube. And so I wanted to really just give my thoughts on the awards generally. The games that won it, some of the world premiere reveals, trailers, and a few things that happened during it. Now, as you can see in the background here, there's some gameplay from the new Uncharted 4 multiplayer beta, which I have been playing for the last couple of days. Now, I will be doing a separate video giving you guys my thoughts on the game, on the gameplay, but this is just a little bit of footage in the background for you guys to enjoy, so please enjoy. Alright, so let's get straight to it then, the video game awards. So I thought the video game awards this year were pretty good. I thought last year's was better generally, but you know, they were pretty smooth. I'm going to go through all the main categories and talk about the nominees. It could be quite enjoyable, but yeah, Mario Maker basically won the best family game. The next category that they introduced was the best multiplayer game. Now, this really surprised me, who won this. So the winner of the best multiplayer game for 2015 was actually Splatoon. Now, I was very surprised because there was a lot of, very good nominees. Black Ops 3, which is very good, really fun. I do own